Hello to those of you who just tuned in. For those of you who are rewatching this, I will create timestamps to skip to qualifying and the race. I was meant to do the Nations Cup earlier today, but I was at my friend Nick Foster, who's one of the Hub Auto Ferrari drivers, and we were doing iRacing until it was too late for me to get home in time. So I did not get to do the Nations Cup this evening. But when I got home, I realized I still had some time to try the Manufacturers Cup. This is literally the first clean lap I've done of this track. I realized they're really strict at the moment with the track limits. So... So I've had a couple of restarts. Also, it's not easy to get a lap from this car. Even I did complete some of my laps, even though they had the penalty sticker on them, and it was in the low 51s. But yeah, you see, I mean, 2 wheels off and you get the penalty sticker. I'm using the dashboard camera angle because for some reason when I go to this camera angle I can't hear the engine at all. I can hear tires screeching, like now I can hear the tires screeching, but zero engine. So I have to go to this view just to hear the car. I've tried unplugging my headphones and turning the remote off and on, but no luck. So I don't know if anyone can give me any recommendations on what the hell was going on there. But yeah, so anyway, we're going to be doing this race with zero practice and via dashboard cam. So, 1 clean lap at this combination so far. I haven't touched Manufacturers Cup except for the first race of the season, which I was never intending on doing this. And here we are entering it for fun. So enjoy. Probably not that much commentary this evening, but you can tag along, and I appreciate those of you who are tuning in. What's happening, Zero SV and Hasnain? Aslam, how are you doing? If anyone can give me some strategy advice here, anyone who's watched a previous live stream, it'll be greatly appreciated. Do I have to do a pit stop? I don't think so. Grade 3 is usually not. Group 4s. Oh. So if anyone knows if you have to do a pit stop or not, I think on a medium tire with the Group 4 it's not necessary. It would be greatly appreciated. It's a 20-second pit window. I mean pit stop time, so I'd imagine with this car it's not necessary. Oh, you got to pit 7th or 8th lap. Bummer. Okay, so wow, you lose that much lap time. Okay, so what can I tell you? So for those of you who are not familiar, Nick Foster was my teammate at Suzuka last year. This year he's still racing with Hub Auto Ferrari, and they just finished the California 8-hour at Laguna Seca in the Intercontinental GT Challenge. They won it, so my boy Foster did a phenomenal job against the very best GT drivers. There weren't a lot of cars there. There was 20 GT3s, but I think 19 of them were factory entered, with factory drivers in them. So to win against that quality of driver or that quality of field is a big deal. So I'm super stoked for him. Nick is one of the fastest GT drivers at the moment, so, and whenever we play iRacing at his house, he beats me by half a second, 0.3 of a second, which I've gotten used to now. But we always play at his house. He never comes here to do some laps. And I think with my setup, on Gran Turismo or Assetto Corsa, things would be a little bit different. But for now, we're stuck with iRacing on his setup, which for me has a strange braking pedal. But either way, we were playing Sebring and also Monza. Look at this, you just touch a white line. It's super strict. Okay. At the end of this month, Nick and I are going to get our first taste of racing at the Nordschleife when we attempt to get our permit. So did you know that you can't just race at the Nordschleife? You can't just get into a GT3 car and bang in some laps. No, you have to get this frickin' permit, which costs, I'm not joking, 15,000 euros. Because what happens is first you got to write an exam, then do a B permit. That together is 2,000 euros, and then you have to do 18 laps in like a really slow racing car, like a BMW M2 2 Series or Porsche Cayman, and that on its own costs about 14,000 euros. So to race at the Nordschleife, you have to get a permit which costs 15,000 euros. It's ridiculous. So Nick and I at the end of this month are going to both get our first taste of the Nordschleife when we race a Porsche Cayman to get our Nürburgring permits, A permits. Still shocks me. But I'm looking forward to experiencing the Nordschleife. And then if all goes to plan, then I'll have some news for you at the end of May. I'll tell you what's going to happen there, and why we are getting these permits. Obviously you can figure out for yourself, but I'm not telling you the finals. You're going to have to guess until then. Looking forward to it. That means that this month I'll be racing at Monza, Spa, and the Nürburgring Nordschleife. So I don't know if you can get a better race schedule than that. So looking forward to it. First up is Monza. Actually, first up is Mugello, but it's just a test. Oh, which will be fun. But then the real stuff happens with Blancpain. That was nice, but I think that's a penalty. Let's see. Oh, come on! Really tough corner, that hairpin. It's so difficult to judge where to brake. I'm just gonna keep driving, screw the penalty. Let's see what this would have been in a hypothetical of 52.1. So still not as fast as that 52.0 I said earlier, even though I've seen on my screen a 51.3, but I also had a penalty sticker. What's crazy is Tsutsu did a 50.2, which is just ballistic. I just don't have that kind of pace at the moment in Gran Turismo Sport. I did for a short while. I was challenging the aliens, but it didn't last long. And I haven't been able to get that back. That was nice. That's half a second, yeah. And I think maybe that is second gear. That will be second gear maybe with the tires are destroyed. Oh! Imagine doing that in real life. Okay, quick scan in the comments while we wait for everything. Good evening, Johnny, Ben, Skywalker OG, Tom, what's happening? All good, thank you. Nick Foster is from Australia. Nandalizer 0Z SF SV. Hey, Rapid gave it. How are you doing, man? North Star Pod. Augusto is asking if I'm planning on bringing some. Did you say live? No, some onboard highlights. It depends. I'm gonna ask Blancpain for permission because. Oh, this is quite a chunky group. I'm gonna ask Blancpain for permission because they're pretty strict about their rights. If they say yes, then I'll do like I did in what you call it? I'll do like the Mugello race, and I'll do some commentary on like a 20-minute section of the stint. That is if I actually drive in Monza. I mean, I have not had much luck there. 2016 didn't get to drive, and ended up going home without any lap time mileage. And in the following year, 2017, the same thing happened. And then in 2018, I didn't have a Blancpain contract, so I didn't drive that year either, even though I was there. Oh wow, look at that, my engine notice returned. Okay, let me just turn that down a little bit so I can hear myself speak. So yeah, if Blancpain let me post video, then I will do some commentary. Otherwise I'll definitely post some commentary from Spa. I'm racing at Spa a week later in the 12-hour. Looking forward to that. And then hello. Oh wow, look at that tire wear, that's mental. Holy wow. Okay, so this is a definite stopper, but the hards I think will just be too slow. And if I do manage to get a camera inside the Porsche Cayman, I don't know how exciting that racing will be, to be dead honest, but I will try and post something. Jimmy Sausage? Jimmy Sausages, what is happening? Random user says track limits are crazy. Sim Racer Guy, when do you play Assetto Corsa? Depends. Yo, Miguel Brown is watching from Jamaica. Awesome. Welcome. Nandalize is asking what happens to the pricing if you get 0 seat time. Good question. It depends on the team. I suspect you get a small refund, majority refund, but you will lose some money. They'll probably say, oh look, you can do the next race, but you only have to pay extra X amount or whatever. I'm not sure. It depends on the team. Okay, let's try and do some kind of lap here which is not last. For those of you who just tuned in, I'm not even meant to be here, and that 9 out of 10 times lands up being a disaster. I was meant to do the Nations Cup, but I was at my friend Nick Foster, and we were doing iRacing instead at Sebring and Monza. but I came home and I had realized I had enough time to do this manufacturer's race, so what the hell, let's do it for fun. In my Rinaldi Racing Porsche Cayman with matte and glass stickers. Can't see it very well, but that's the point. Very green. True to Rinaldi form. No! Oh, come on, man. Unbelievable track limits here. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Don't know how this is going to work out. Peter saying last to first challenge. Oh my god! Oh no, let's try and get in the top 10 at least. Please. Oh, okay. So we're going to have to do a one lap wonder here. I've only done 2 clean laps. I started practicing half an hour ago. In that period I only did 2 clean laps. So things are not looking good for Captain Dave over here. Designated Dave, Dangerous Dave, Sober Dave. I don't drink, so I was always the designated driver. So what's the target? 52.6? 52.6, okay. Going super conservative here just to get a lap in. No risks. What the F? Okay, we are now testing long run pace for the first time. I can honestly hardly believe that I'm in P2 right now. I know it wasn't a phenomenal lap, but honestly that shouldn't have happened. Simon is asking if I've watched some of Super GT's 24-hour kart enduro. Negativo. I've been with my mates. Oliver's asking my brake bias. I think it's neutral. I think I'm on 0. I think that I think that running hard tires is not going to be fast enough. Yeah, so random user saying then again you touch the grass at the Brands Hatch, nothing happens. I know, it's ridiculous. Should be able to get 2 flying laps in. Yes, that is true. Hey, it's Josh Martin here. Josh, what's happening, brother? Am I ready for Monza? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Nandalizer is asking if I'm taking turn 3 a little bit narrow. I don't know. I don't know. Don't think keys in this one. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments. Good evening, thank you. Alex Fastlane, what's happening? Fun race with you yesterday, bro. Thank you for sticking around. My Kyle Army race is confirmed. Okay, so we're gonna go with the mediums, guys. I think the hards just won't make it. I think they'll just be too slow. Kyle Army 9 hours confirmed with Rinaldi Racing. So I will be racing in South Africa at the end of the year, pretty amped. Okay, if anyone has seen a hard tire performance do well, speak now. Otherwise I'm doing medium with the pit stop. Speak now. Anybody? Give me something, man. My headphone cable is completely tangled and I don't know how to undo it. Oh well. There goes the opportunity to change the tires. Wi-Fi password second. Okay, so it looks like the mediums is the way to go. Thank you. I see a lot of people giving Key a hard time lately. Key does get quite colorful and complain a little bit, but he's a damn fast driver. I watch some of his videos, not all, but I do watch some. And yeah, I think everyone should just give him a little bit of a break, because I think he's a good bloke and he helps everyone a lot. He posts really good guides, so don't forget that. He can be a little bit too conspiratorial. We've had pretty heated discussions in Twitter DMs, but you know, each their own. The funny thing is, the very first FIA race I did, which was for fun, I tuned in without any practice. I just decided, oh, what the hell, went and got pole position and won the race, which was completely unexpected. Moved on with my life, and then like a few weeks later discovered Key and just clicked on a random video, and it happened to be the race that I entered for fun. That was actually what got me into the FIA races, was that particular race. I remember it being a pretty decent field, and Key was in there, so I just didn't know anyone at the time. I was just doing my own thing. I wasn't familiar with Lightning or Super GT or Key. It was one of you guys who atted me on Twitter when I was in a Super GT video that I just started to discover the Gran Turismo YouTube community. Before then, I had no clue. I was just driving on my ace. But yeah, Key qualified last, probably because he was in such a top tier, and I think the aliens just have a little bit on him, just a little bit. He's faster than me though in this game, that's for sure. He's very, very, very fast. Has anyone done a pit stop? Done a medium no stopper? Okay, I can't check the comments now, so if there is any advice, I'm gonna miss it for now, because we're racing. Oh, look at that. That's right. Couldn't have got it at a worst possible time. I wonder if it was from the first turn. I don't know actually where I got that exact penalty. I think I just clipped the white line in turn 1. That's a shame. Honestly, in some ways, I actually think this draconian penalty system is right. So it's applied to everyone. You all get punished if you do the wrong thing. And it forces us to be a bit more precise. So I just need to up my game. In terms of pace, I'm kind of where I belong, honestly. So, no complaints. A little bit frustrating, but no complaints. Just need the slipstream so I can save some fuel. Oh boy, did I just hit it again? No, we're good, we're good. Top 3 is possible. A 24-hour kart race must be mental. Your ribs. Oh, sorry for the dive bomb. Entschuldigung. I was only meant to overtake the Porsche. Apologies. Apologies. Someone mentioned in the comments that someone did a 52.8 with a 2-second penalty. It doesn't work that way. They don't actually add your penalty to the lap time. Because remember, you serve the penalty at the end of the at the beginning of the 3rd sector. So he did a 52.8 legitimately, but with a small cut somewhere in there, but it wasn't actually a 2-second penalty added to the lap time. There's often confusion amongst about that. I've never actually raced directly with Wi-Fi password. Oh no. For sure that's a penalty. Yeah. Penalty and massive undercuts. I think with enough practice, the no stopper would have been possible. You need to start from pole or second, make 0 mistakes, because you need those seconds. Then sit behind the leader in the slipstream, saving fuel, and then yeah, push after the pit stops. I hate doing last minute races, they never work out. Oh, come on. Oh, that's so damn frustrating. Oh, here we go. What's he doing? That's a strange one. So, okay, someone is leading on a no-stopper, but I think he's just about to get overtaken. Stay off the line. Look at that, guys. The hards could have done it, eh? No stopping hards. Wow. Super interesting. Okay, I think I have enough fuel now to really maximize this car, and we have the tires. Okay, let's go after the guys up front. I probably exaggerated the fuel saving a bit. A little bit too much. Again, I do wish I practiced this race a little bit more. I really do enjoy these kind of last minute things though, even when I mess them up like I did now. David, unbelievable, 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 unbelievable. Unbelievable. Second was in sight. If I just drove around in neutral. And I would have been really intrigued to see if we could catch these guys on their old tires. Even, I mean, without this penalty, I mean. Well done to the no-stoppers. They deserve all the credits for taking the risk and making it. And I crossed the line with 0 fuel remaining. So a bit of a botched up job there, to say the least. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it was a fun race, but it was completely compromised by my stupidity. Yeah, the pit stop time here really does open up the opportunity for a no-stopper. When you're doing a 20-second pit stop, you know, that's a lot of time to make up. Talk about a wasted opportunity. That was, wow. So let's see, we gained two penalties for touching white lines, and 5-second penalty for exiting the pit lane. So that was a disaster. That was a total disaster. And why is TRZ Benny upset? Is he the guy dive bomb? Super bleak. Sorry, bro. No, he wasn't the guy. I don't know. What was my best lap? Best lap short shifting? Guys, if I didn't short shift so much, I think I could have won this thing. Okay, quick Q&A while I take a photo for the YouTube cover photo, and then I'm off to bed. As you can see up top right, it's 11:45, and I don't think I can redo any of these races. Let's see, what's the next race? Dragon Trail. Oh god, and I won't be here. That's my two favorite tracks, and I won't be here. Oh, I'm so bleak. I'll be racing. I mean, okay, yeah. David, do you want to race Gran Turismo or do you want to race Blancpain? Okay, Blancpain, but still. Random User is asking if I want to participate in VLN. Mate, if you tuned in earlier, you would have heard that I am racing VLN at the end of this month for my permit. So, yeah. Q&A. Why GD Sports and not anything else? I don't own a PC. All my money goes to racing. And I just don't want to invest in a PC at the moment. I'd rather invest in some other things, like other forms of training. If I did have a PC, I'd have a Setta Corsa Competizione iRacing. I'd play a lot of both. I'd YouTube a lot of both. But I really like Gran Turismo Sport. I like the online racing. I mean, as you saw now, the only canon in this race was David Perel. So, where's your next real race? Monza next weekend. Blancpain Endurance Series, first race of the year. First Blancpain race of the year. I raced at Mugello last weekend. Car caught fire. Am I using controller or wheel? I use a Thrustmaster TGT, and I'm selling my Fanatec to anyone who wants it. You just have to drop me an email, david@davidperel.net, if you want to buy the Fanatec. Ideally, you need to live in England because shipping outside of England will get quite expensive. Are those races streamed? Is Blancpain streamed anywhere? Yes. Blancpain's the biggest GT Series championship in the world. And you can watch all the action on youtube.com/GTWorld. youtube.com/GTWorld. Look out for me in the Silver Cup class. Frenzy is asking, did I race with Chris Harris, the YouTube legend and the Top Gear legend? The answer is yes. He's a friend of mine. He is now. First time I met him was when I raced a Bentley at Spa 24 in 2016. We were teammates. We should have won that race in our class, but one of our teammates crashed the car in the 6th hour. Miguel is asking how much. How much what? Oh, how much for the wheel? I don't know. I need to see how much I bought it for. It's brand new. I used it for like 2 months, and not every day. So it's brand new. I got the awesome, what's it, TC3 something? No, that's the Thrustmaster. I got the cool pedal set for the Fanatec, which I highly recommend anyone buy because they make it really real. So yeah, you're gonna have to just drop me a mail, david@davidperel.net. Eki Boy saying, England, do you mean the UK? Yes, sorry, UK, England, anywhere where it's easy to ship. Dan is saying good luck for the weekend. Thank you, sir. Just so you know, Chris Harris is super fast. What's the Continental feel like? Very heavy. Very heavy, but it's actually not. So sorry, it feels very big. It feels big, and has a lot of power. very average brakes and traction. Tons of downforce. So in the race we were able to take Eau Rouge flat on fresh tires and heavy fuel load. And Blanchimard was flat in the race, which is in the Ferraris that's not a given. Very cramped inside despite being such a big car. You can't see outside the car, which I think is one of the reasons why the guys bump other cars so much. Am I using a racing seat for the Thrustmaster TGT? I use a play seat, and I regret owning a play seat. What an utter piece of rubbish the play seat is. A Replicator, yes. Yes, the Fanatec has the load cell, yes. Giacomo Jaglio, hello, hey man. David, will you be able to get some special passes for people for Kyle Army? Yes, to my Patreon members. If you are a Patreon member and you join my top tier, then you get grid passes for a race of your choice. 2 grid passes. Razak says he heard about me from Tijni. Tijni's a legend, and thank you, Razak, for joining in. Much appreciated, man. Juraj says he just got a play seat yesterday. Mate, I still use mine. I'm not about to buy anything else. I just wish I spent a bit more money. But if you could only afford a play seat, then you haven't done the wrong thing. You must just make sure you construct it correctly. Like, make sure everything's tight so that it doesn't flex too much. Good luck for Monza, thank you. How do you like Zandvoort, and what's the track you want to see most in GT Sports? The track I want to see most in GT Sports. I can tell you the track I want to see least in GT Sports, and that is Spa. It will be an absolute joke. They'll get it wrong. If I wanted to see a track the most, it would need to be one of the fantasy tracks, Grand Valley or Apricot Hill. Thank you, Giacomo. Alex Fastlane is saying he has a CSL Elite. It's not necessary to buy the Thrustmaster TGT. Stick with the CSL. How would they get it wrong? Eau Rouge would be easy flat in this game in a grade 3 car. Blanchimard easy flat. So I think in all cases just a general waste of money. I mean, waste of money, waste of time. It's just not realistic. Autumn Ring, yes, Autumn Ring. So Spa would look decent in the game, but that's where it ends. I have yet to play a simulator which gets Spa correct, which is pretty sad. Okay, let's do some laps here. TX3, I've played Spa in Assetto Corsa, and they're probably the ones who've got it the closest. Every single curve is correct and everything. So my issue with the play seat is not the comfortability, it's the quality. I think the quality is just questionable. Polyphony can afford Spa. They just don't want to set a precedent by overpaying for Spa. It's business. It makes total sense to me. They are playing hardball. Spa is saying they are bigger than Gran Turismo, and Gran Turismo is saying we are bigger than you. So it's just a little bit of business gamesmanship. My guess is that Spa is ready and waiting, and it's just a matter of negotiating the right agreement. So even though I'm practicing this race, I won't be able to do the race because I'll be in Italy on Wednesday. Whoa, hello understeer. Oh, look at that. It's my favorite little friend. The big red square. I forgot which corner I was at. Okay, let's try to do a lap without a red square. Seems to be impossible for me tonight. Interesting place to put the penalty system. Guys, until you've driven Spa, you cannot just appreciate how different it is in real life compared to the games, and how easy it is in the games. Corners like Puan in the game, which is a downhill double left, is a nothing. In real life it is terrifying. And there's a lot of understeer, and the car moves around a lot, and blah blah blah. And the games just do not seem to get that essence of Spa right. And in games, it's basically who can just take everything flat, you know, without lifting. And in real life, it's nothing like that. There's a lot more finesse to the track in real life. So I'm not looking forward to Gran Turismo with their physics engine. I'm not looking forward to them releasing the track. I know everyone's a big fan of it, and I am too, but just not in games. Whoopsie. The secret to this track is rolling speed. And just getting one wheel on the curb with perfect timing, that can really help you accelerate through the long corners. That was quite nice. Oh, bottled. Hello. Too much understeer going through the corner, which resulted in me scrubbing speed and therefore lap time. I imagine that in real life must be mental. That was a classic example of fast in, slow out. That was slow in, fast out. But I actually didn't gain as much time as I did the last lap when I was scrubbing speed. Interesting. That was quite nice. I'm scared to use too much curb. That was pretty sweet. This is all pretty sweet. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Boom! Right off the car. Have I tried Project Cars 2? Yes. I hate it. I think it's so badly done. Oh no! Where am I? $31,453, $31,471. Silverstone would be better. Is Spa bumpy? Spa is smooth. It's like butter. TX3 Ulti is asking if he's a patron for 1 month. Can he still get grid tickets? Bro, you're from South Africa, so damn straight I'll set you up. for 1 month, just do it in October, and we can sort it out. Dan Ward, you asked a question. Would you say on a whole GT is realistic to your experience in real life? Not really, but I do. There are elements which I think are realistic, like the steering ratio and the weights distribution, like the transfer of lateral load. Those things are quite realistic. Take your PS4 to Italy. I have considered it. Connor Young, thanks, bro. Greetings from London to Cape Town. Miss the place so much. Wish I could live there all the time. Is the green hell not accurate either? I haven't driven the real green hell, so I can't tell you. Okay, let's see. Do Dragon Trail. I don't have a LMP1 car, guys, sorry. Skywalker is saying in Dragon Trail he hits the chicane walls every time. Aim for the walls and you'll miss them. That is the classic saying. Okay, let's do some more laps here. And then, ladies and gents, I really do need to get some rest. Big week coming up, big week. So excited to race in Blancpain again, I can't explain. It's such a big championship with incredible drivers. Incredible drivers. So I want to be fully focused. For that race. On Monday I fly to Bologna because I first have to coach. I have to go back to Mugello, and I'm coaching someone in a 458 GT3. If you go to my Instagram, you'll see a photo of the 458 GT3. It's red. And for those of you who want to know what the 458 GT3 feels like compared to the 488 GT3, completely different. It's like wrestling a bear. It's very stiff. Whereas the 458 that has a very stiff brake pedal, very sharp and responsive steering, not that much aero, a lot of torque compared to the 488, best sound ever in a race car, but the 488 is just 100 times more refined and just damn fast. Lots of aero, better braking. Feels more like a racing car inside with the steering wheel and stuff. Sounds like a vacuum cleaner. So the only similarity between a 488 and a 458 GT3 is the badge. They're both Ferraris. That's about it. Oh, that was fast. Okay, so we can go faster than 31.4. For sure the world record's going to be 29.8. because I'm always 1 second off. So if I can do a 31.2, then I reckon the world record will be 30.2. A little bit of a bottle job there. Gonna look at the comments again in a second. I have to use my phone to look at the comments, so I can't read them and drive because I don't have a second screen. Oh, that was nice. Ah, but I had to do a small lift. Oh, David! Someone asked what series races at Le Mans. That's a GTE car. GTE is run by the FIA and SEO, or specified rather, and they have less power than GT3s, much more grip and better tires. And the SRO, which owns Blancpain, and the ACO, which owns Le Mans and European Le Mans, they hate each other. So like this year I had an option to race in both championships, but the organizations decided to schedule the dates of their events on the same weekend as each other. So every time there's a Blancpain race, there's a European Le Mans race, and that's because they hate each other so much, and in one way it kind of screwed me a little bit. I haven't driven a GTE before, by the way, but the GTE 488 is based off the GT3. They're very, very, very similar. They look the same. Unless you're an aficionado like me, you won't be able to tell the difference from far. They sound the same. But the tires in the Le Mans spec cars are so much stickier, and they last longer than the Perel. They're called confidential tires. They have no designation or branding on the sidewalls except the sticker of the brand. So like a Michelin or Dunlop Confidential, you don't know what compound it is, it's just the confidential compound. And if you have to pay extra to use them in the race, so that's quite an expensive situation. Whoa, up the hill. And only the top teams with the biggest budgets get the confidential tires at Le Mans. And that literally will make or break your race. If you don't have the confidential tires, you have no chance of winning. So if you don't have the confidentials, you're literally paying €1 million for the experience. Peter's asking how much cardio I do a week. I do weights and core in the morning and then cardio in the evening, except for this week when I've been sick. I have done no exercise this week because I've been so sick. Have you ever thought about doing ACO racing? Simon, yes, but I'm no longer an amateur, so unfortunately my window of opportunity there is very narrow. But I'm hoping that one of the guys I race with this year wants to do European Le Mans next year, so that's on the table. Simon has asked if I've ever been blamed for being too open. No. No one knows I do this. Rapid Gator, do I ever do British GT? No, none of the teams I race for compete in British GT. So the answer is no to that one. Why are the confidential tires so expensive? Because they're fast. And fast costs money. So the faster you want to go, the more you got to spend. So a lot of the teams and drivers that I know, they have no clue I do these YouTube videos, and even if they did, they just laugh at me for talking online. But the reason I do this is because when I was looking to go racing, I couldn't find any information anywhere on the internet about GT racing. So I figured, that's so slow. I figured that if I ever got into it, I would share as much information as I could, which is the only thing I won't tell you guys is things like setup and if there's certain politics that's going on behind the scenes that I can't divulge. Would you ever race in British GT? Yes. Simon is asking if I'm rated silver. I am, but silvers bring budget, mate. Unless you are very well connected to the amateur driver, the bronze driver, you will bring budget. So, which means you have to pay for your seat. In Europe, silvers aren't considered amateurs. In America, silvers are considered amateurs. In Europe, a silver is either a young guy, someone who's under 30, who's just been categorized by the FIA, or you are a a bronze driver who's been upgraded to a silver. So you're an amateur which has been upgraded, which that's the case for me. That's definitely a penalty. So 3, 2, 1. So yeah, in World Endurance I'm just a silver. I'm a silver with no experience in World Endurance. And this game rewards experience. So I'm actually meeting a potential sponsor on Thursday to see if I can raise some capital to try and do a GTE race, which would give me some experience and some credit for when I search for a Le Mans drive next year. The whole reason I got into GT racing was to try to do Le Mans, so that's often all I think about, is how do I get onto the grid at Le Mans. Oh, that was nice. That was nice. That was really nice. still bottled it. Should be much quicker. Okay, so here I need to do a slightly later apex. That was on the limit. That was on the limit. That was a little bit shitty. Key thing at this track, minimize the tire noise. Seriously, that's the key. Just within the scrub radius. Trying to carry too much speed there, and it's costing me lap time. I love using the soft tires in this game. It's just a little bit unrealistic, but man, it feels amazing. Gonna read your comments in a second, peeps. 338 comments. That's my karting number. Okay, one more lap and then I'll read the comments, promise. Okay, I put paid to that. Thank you very much for the compliments about the interest in the stream, guys. Appreciate it. Look at that. 30.9 is on the cards. Where are we on the rankings? I just know Mr. Osan 1985. I don't know anyone else here. Razak is asking if I would do Suzuka 10 hours with Rinaldi Racing. Absolutely. I have done Suzuka 10 hours last year. I was on pole position. Simon is asking if it wouldn't be cheaper to do very well in NMP3, smoke everyone and let offers come in. Offers don't come in, guys. The only offers you get is cheaper drives in the further up the ladder. Okay, we're going to give it one more shot. I keep saying we're going to turn off. That was 30 minutes ago. 45 minutes ago I was made to turn off. But a 30.9 is on the cards, so I'm going to do a 3-lap run, kids. Q&A is officially closed. And then we're going to go to sleep. Okay, let's do this. 3-4 laps. Oopsie. Oh, I think I'm getting a bit tired. That was terrible. Oh, that was nice. That was very nice. What are we looking at? Give me a 9. Yes! LCK Racing is asking if I'm using the... Yeah, I'm using the FIA spec. This is in the FIA free practice. Only bummer with this track is it's very difficult to overtake without bumping. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes tonight's streaming. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have good days or evenings, depending on which part of the world you're in. And don't forget to watch the 333 next week in the Blancpain GT series. You can catch all the action live on youtube.com/GTWorld, or visit their website, Blancpain GT series. I'll be in a green car, Ferrari, that has a similar color scheme to this Porsche, and we'll be competing in the Silver Cup. So keep an eye. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great evening or afternoon, and I'll catch you in about 10 days time. Ciao.